Soon the kids will be heading off to college. If you have a freshman who will be going away to school, now's the time to sit down and talk time management. Janet Jackson is a professional organizer who's live with us this morning with more on how to manage your college career. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning, Megan.
Now, when I was 18, if my mom talked to me about this, I don't know, I would listen, but it's always good to at least bring up the conversation, right?
Sure. Well, I think it's a conversation not many parents really have. You worry about what they're going to pack, what kind of clothes they're going to take, what they need for their dorm room, but when it comes to actually managing their time and their studies, you just kind of, my experience was you kind of figure it out as you go. So hopefully this will give them an advantage.
And it is a child's first time that they're actually on their own without their mom banging on their bedroom door saying, "Did you study tonight?"
That's exactly right. Exactly right. High school, they go to class every day knowing what's expected of them, and in college, all of a sudden, they're responsible for everything.
Your first tip is only one calendar.
Yes.
Maybe on an iPhone or a smartphone?
Right, absolutely. Everyone's got a phone that has a calendar app these days, so use your calendar on that phone. I highly recommend backing it up regularly, making you have a system. But instead of having a work schedule posted somewhere, your class schedule posted somewhere else, and then a social calendar, make sure those events are all in the same place so you don't double book yourself.
And a timer, what would you need that for?
Timers are my favorite tool for studying. Set your timer for an hour, and during that hour, don't text, don't open the phone, don't check Facebook, those kinds of things. For that hour, study, or whatever that time frame is that you have, but be sure and give yourself breaks. So give yourself a 10-15-minute break to get up, walk, grab a pop, grab coffee, and that's when you can text and see what's going on Facebook.
Now, you have a kind of a little ratio of an hour in class equals how many hours studying?
2 hours outside of class.
Okay.
Kudos to Professor Erickson for teaching me that back at college. For every hour you spend in class, you can expect to spend 2 hours outside.
Or you should.
You should, yes.
That's the key
You can
word.
expect to. Whether you do it or not is up to you.
All right, our next piece of advice has to do with managing your tasks. And you brought a little example of how to keep things organized here.
I did, managing tasks, and that can go with your studies, with homework that's due, etc., but also with scholarships or grants that maybe you've applied for. A lot of times those have deadlines, and you can schedule these things into your calendar as well and use it that way, but sometimes there are papers that go with scholarship applications or information from your professor.
What's a tickler file system?
A tickler file system is something that these students' parents and grandparents will probably be familiar with, and it's just a series of folders labeled 1 through 31, representing the days of the month. And then behind that, you have January through December, representing future months.
All right.
So what is today? Today's the 9th. If I have an assignment due on the 28th, and I know it's going to take me 2 weeks to finish it, I might put it on day 14 down in my folder so that I don't have to worry about it until day 14, but on day 14 I'm reminded of this assignment I need to get started on.
And obviously a folder or binder per class?
Yes,
okay.
Very much so. A binder where you can keep that syllabus, you can keep all of the notes that you've taken during class, any additional information that your professor's given you.
When you read that syllabus the first day of class, I was terrified because it seems to have so much on it. You're like, oh my goodness.
Exactly.
It's going to be tough.
Exactly.
All right, well, some great advice for any of your kids out there heading to college. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And for more on getting organized, just go to our website, fox45now.com, and click on Fox 45 in the morning. Our